Good morning. I hope you're having a good day. So today is my day off and I wanted to bake and prepare my March spread. So each month I select a new word to journal about, and this month the word is going to be stop. So as we bake, I can explain more why I selected this word, and I'm really excited about this recipe. I'm gonna link it below, but my friend made it before for me and it was so good. It's going to be Hojicha cookies. I think it's gonna be the next big thing, honestly. I know Earl Grey was really popular for a while, but I think Hojicha is gonna be like the next popular tea. Anyway, let's get started. So my roommate actually helped me pick the word for this month. I've been a bit self-deprecating lately. I like to give myself unrealistic deadlines, and when I can't meet them, I would talk about how much of a failure I am. I would also feel guilty when I'm not working toward my goals. So for example, baking. This is something I've been wanting to try, but I know afterwards I would think it was a waste of time. Even hanging out with my friends or relaxing would make me feel guilty. I would come home and tell my roommate about how unaccomplished my day was because I spent it doing something else other than working. And then she would tell me to stop. I really want to drill this into my brain and stop myself every time I feel bad that I enjoy something else other than work. Life should be balanced. There is a time to work, but there's also a time for fun and for rest. I don't need to earn it or give myself permission to enjoy life. Life should be enjoyable. Okay, so my cookies are done, but unfortunately they're a little hard. So my roommate with braces can't really have them. It's kind of sad. Should have probably baked them for a shorter amount of time and probably on a different level in the oven. I don't know. Anyway, cheers. Let's get started. So I'll be using the same materials I use in every setup. It'll all be listed below. Today I'll be making a monthly cover page, monthly habit trackers, and 4 weekly spreads with 4 challenges. For my cover page, I will be trying something new, Dutch doors. I've seen so many journalers do it, and I think it looks so cool. Sometimes they're very useful, but mine will be more decorative. I think you have to be a little gutsy to cut into your journal. I'm not sure how it'll turn out, but I'm excited to try it out. So you might already be able to tell, but I'm painting a flower truck. I know, help me. I can't stop painting flowers even though it's snowing outside. My mind is already on spring. Also, remember to hashtag if you decide to journal along. I'd love to see, especially if you do the weekly challenges. Okay, as promised, I will attempt to teach you how to paint easy little flowers. I'm not a good teacher, but these are simple, and so I hope they're easy to replicate. I'll be using gouache and color pencils. You'll want to prepare some cool pinks, warm pinks, a red, orange, yellow, and greens. And here I'm using a size 1 brush. Okay, I'm gonna pretend these are real flowers. This is a poppy, so you're going to paint a light circle, then drop a darker pink into the center so it bleeds out a little bit. Then paint leaf shapes. You can make one side darker, or you can make it the same color and add a little detail line with the color pencil later. I might jump around while I'm painting, so bear with me. I didn't really think this through. Next is a peony, so I'm going to start with a circle again and put little curved lines into it as its petals. And I don't know the name of this flower. I'm just going to say it's a wildflower. You're going to want to paint a blob with 3 curves on top. Let it dry. We're going to put black stamens in the other flowers. You can also use color pencil. And then now we're going to paint some detail lines into this flower and add some black dots into the center. I'm so good at explaining how to paint, right? Okay, next let's use a dark green for the stem and give it a fern-like leaf. Let's pretend this is a red thistle. I had a lighter pink circle underneath and now I'm painting little red dashes on top of it. I'll show you again after this dries. Repeat the wildflower, paint a light pink blob, medium pink detail lines, dark green stem, and a fern-like leaf. Then add black stamens. Here I'm just repeating the dashes of the red thistle and I'm adding a stem and its leaf. Okay, this is a basic 5-petal flower. And these dots are filler flowers. And these with lots of petals are daisies. Now add the center of the flowers with paint or color pencil. Add their stems, leaves. Here's a light pink daisy. Lastly, let's do a sunflower. So a big brown center with little yellow petals, a thick hairy stem, and a leaf. Alright, now let's fill the track with these flowers. I hope that made sense. I told you I'm not good at teaching, but I hope that you liked it anyway, and if you do it, tag me. And as usual, I'll be putting the word for this month in my painting. Okay, now on to the scary part. I'm gonna cut into my journal for the first time. What I learned is that you really need a super sharp X-Acto blade. Mine was dull, so you're gonna see that I'm gonna have to clean up the edges afterwards. And I used a cardboard backing to protect the rest of my journal. This is kind of cute, right? I'm gonna put my March dates on the back of this Dutch door and decorate the next page with some florals plus some bushes for my water and habit tracker. I'm also using this white gel pen for the first time, but I've had it for years, so I think that's why it's a little faint. Alright, finally done. This flippy Dutch door page is kind of fun. I wonder if the other page is going to fall out though. On to week 10. I'll be trying a new layout this week. I'm using washi tape to mask the edges because I'll be painting a different pattern in every other box. I basically made up patterns on the spot, so here goes nothing. Week 10's challenge is a daily affirmations column, so I'll be saving this column on the left side for this. Basically, I'm going to stop bullying myself and stop being negative. Instead, I'll write out some affirmation statements. For example, God loves me. Everything will get done. I am grateful for my home. I am and I deserve to be loved. You get the point. You are smart and beautiful, and you have plenty of things to be grateful for. I'm going to draw in boxes in the empty parts and the days of the week in each box. Okay, on to week 11. I'll plan out my weekly spreads later. For these last few pages, I just want to talk about the weekly challenges. So for challenge 11, I want you to make a recipe for self-care. It's not a waste of time to relax and take care of yourself. I need to stop thinking that way. So if you do, then do this with me. Be creative. What are the ingredients and what are the directions? Next is week 12. This week's challenge is to stop yourself from being so busy that you forget about the important people in your life. Make a list of people that you need to call, text, catch up with, pray for. You know, that person that you get reminded of, but then you get so busy that you forget to message them. Well, I think you're reminded of them for a reason. Maybe they need you right now. So I think we should share some of our time and reach out to them. All right, last challenge for this month. You'll need an entire page for challenge 13. This challenge is to make a growth mindset chart. You can get creative and use different fonts or doodles for this, but I came across this chart when I was walking through an elementary school classroom. I was like, wow, I know someone who needs this. Actually, I need this. So we need to replace all of our fixed mindset statements with these growth mindset statements. You can make up your own if you want to. I know there are things that I say to myself all the time that stops me from growing. So this is just an example of a few. You can think up your own and write it here. This reminds me of a book that I've just finished reading recently. In this book, the author says, you should never say, I'm poor, I can't afford it, because it's a poor mindset. Instead of figuring out how to make money so that you can't afford it, your brain stops at that thought and accepts poverty. So you never will be able to afford it. It's the same with our time. Same with the things that we don't know. We shouldn't say we don't have time or we don't know how to do something. Why don't we just adjust our schedule, drop unimportant matters, and make time for this thing, especially if it's important to us? And why don't we learn to do that thing that we keep saying that we don't know how to do? At the beginning of this video, I could have told you I can't bake, and honestly, I'm not good at baking. But I'm starting to change my mindset to make myself willing to practice, make mistakes, and improve. This is a way to stop any stagnancy and keep growing even as we age. So I hope you enjoy this video. I'll list all the challenges below. So if you decide to join in, hashtag or tag me. I'd love to see. Thank you for watching. I'll catch you next time.